I'm just trying to help where I can and do what I felt called to do by God, you know. So yeah, one of the reasons I decided to make this YouTube video is to raise awareness. God calls you to do something, you do it. You're gonna see some hard times, okay? Everybody needs to have someone an idea of going sickle cell is, because that's not your business, but I'm realizing it's okay to a degree. Hi, I'm Miriam, and this is the first episode of Bone Marrow Transplant for sickle cell disease. So the first thing is, what is a bone marrow transplant? And I'm gonna read this off Google. Bone marrow transplant is a procedure that replaces a patient's unhealthy bone marrow with healthy stem cells. So what it is somebody else would donate their bone marrow and give it to you, and their bone marrow replace your bone marrow, and it would completely take over, and you would no longer have sickle cell disease. That's the basic version of it. That's the level version of what a bone marrow transplant is. So what a bone marrow transplant does is it cures sickle cell, so you will no longer have sickle cell at all. The disease will be gone, and that's why I'll be doing a bone marrow transplant for sickle cell. The second thing is, why did I decide to have a bone marrow transplant? Well, obviously I have sickle cell disease, and I have the SS version, which is the worst out of all the versions. And the reason I decided to have the bone marrow transplant is because of all the things sickle cell, all the ways it can affect me in the future. Like right now, I'm pretty blessed and I'm pretty lucky because growing up, it really hasn't stopped me from doing stuff. Like I play sports, I go out, like I do everything. There's no person. Like if I didn't personally tell you I had sickle cell, or somebody else that knows I had sickle cell told you I had sickle cell, you would never have known. And that's the good thing, because I played basketball, volleyball, track. Do it right now. I'm not really doing anything because of the bone marrow transplant, but last sport I was really doing in high school was track, and that wasn't bad. Like I was still with everybody else. I was able to catch up. I was able to be fine, even though I was having sickle attacks. You know how sickle cell is. One of the reasons I decided to do it is because of the way it affects your body when you get older. Like dealing with it right now, I have a good support system. Right, I have my mom, and that's really what I need. God bless me with her, but I have her, like growing up, and I know becoming an adult, going to college, and doing all this stuff. I didn't want to be going through sickle cell attacks like alone, having to figure everything out myself. Because you especially know when you're going through sickle cell, it is so hard to deal with when you're by yourself. Like I know for me, like when I'm in pain, like like it's hard to even pick up the phone to call somebody, to call my mom, or to get the medicine I need to get to try to calm the pain crisis down. So it's really hard to do when you have that support system. Talk about when you're actually alone. And I know sickle cell also reduces your life. So because of the sickle cells that delivers less oxygen to your blood, they affect your organs, and it decreases your lifespan. So that was one thing. And I just knew, like, although like right now I'm going through sickle cell attacks like maybe once a year. They were popping up a few more before like I decided to do the bone marrow transplant, but they were usually like once a year. So that's that's not that bad. That's actually a blessing, is what it is. But yeah, one other reason I decided to do this bone marrow transplant was because I knew that I would be able to just be free, from all the medications. Not like in medication in general. Like you're still always gonna take medication in life, like allergy medicine, stuff like that. But as a sickle, so you have this whole box of medications that you have to take every night, every day. Like don't miss it. Like your hydroxyurea, your folic acid, like you know. Um, I was and dealing with all that stuff. It apparently gets worse as you grow up, And as you get an adult, and like I said, I'm pretty blessed right now to not have to deal with that, but I don't want to be like not be able to do things in the future. Like I have big goals and big dreams to do in the future, and I don't want any of it to be stopped because I let this disease, take over. So I'm just thankful that there is a bone marrow transplant to begin with, because for so long people were just like, because people don't know about sickle cell, there's been they barely even thought about it, and now we have something to actually help us get rid of it. So yeah, that's great. So that's one of the reasons I decided to do the bone marrow transplant, so I could have a better life, in the future. So yay. So why am I making YouTube videos? Honestly, I don't want to. I'm sorry, I do not want to. Um, but I do, because here's the thing: when God calls you to do something, you do it. Like no matter how out of your comfort zone it is, no matter how weird it may feel, no matter like what you really might be going through, if God is asking you to do something, you do it. And I felt like my mom was telling me to do this and stuff, and like I understand the reason, because when I first heard about the bone marrow transplant, like I was like, okay, it's time to do my research, like time to figure this out. I went online, I did research, and there was different sites and stuff. Yes, that wasn't, I'm not gonna act like that wasn't there. But then when I went to YouTube or TikTok, I literally went everywhere. Like I don't even have TikTok. I downloaded TikTok just to see what they had on bone marrow transplant, because people post stuff like everywhere. So I was like, I went everywhere and there was barely anything like about bone marrow transplant, like especially for sickle cell. Like for cancer, I understood there was not even that much for cancer, to be honest. But when it came for bone marrow transplant for sickle cell, I found two channels, and um, not to like disregard them. They were amazing that I could find something. I was just happy to find something, but yeah, there wasn't much, and especially going through all this and finding out you have to do a bone marrow transplant, like a bone transplant. If you search it up, it will say like 60 months, sorry, not 60 months. Lord help me, 6 months to a year. That's like the full bone marrow transplant thing. Like the whole transplant will not be 6 months. It's literally the transplant like you have a transplant day, but like full recovery and everything, like the whole process, 6 months to a year. And if you're gonna go through all this, if you're gonna like be in the hospital for around 2 months, 6 to 8 weeks, or be taking so much chemo and figuring out this stuff, you want to find the information you can. You want to find what you need. You want to find everything that you can to know how to prepare. Especially me, I'm such a planner person, so I was like, I need to find somebody who's like going through this, so I can be like, okay, this is how it acts, this is how I'm gonna feel, this is how I know I definitely won't be able to do anything that day. Okay, maybe the next day or in the week I'll start feeling better. Like there was not much out there to look at all. And it was kind of sad. I'm just like, oh my gosh, for people going through this is even scarier when you don't have people to see that has been through it. And so I was like, my mom was like, you need to make a channel. Like, that's funny. Okay. That's a good joke. Ha ha ha. But and I understood it too, because I wish people had channels. Like I wish I had people to look at and to watch to see how this process went for them, to know what to expect, to know what I was getting myself into, to know, just the basics. Like you want to see other people who have been through it. And yeah, there has been people who's been through it, but to be honest, it's still relatively kind of new. Like a lot of people don't know about it, especially people going through sickle cell, which is one of the reasons why I decided to do this, because sickle cell really needs awareness. And it's hard for me to like that's a good thing to say, but like sickle cell is called the secret disease. Like it's not just me saying that, but like I was watching YouTube, like people call sickle cell the secret disease because a lot of people don't know who goes to sickle cell, even what sickle cell is. Like I bet you 75% of people who actually, out of 100% of people who know I have sickle cell, bet you only 75% of them, probably even more, don't know what sickle cell is and don't know how it impacts me. So sickle cell disease is something like really hard to go through. Like it's kind of it's kind of hard to explain. Like people trying to like when they ask you about sickle cell disease, like there's different questions. I'd be like, I try to explain it to them, like the stems, like the organs and how it affects my organs, the oxygen, the cells. They will understand it. Like I just say, it increases the pain. Like it makes you feel horrible pain. Like it's very very painful. Making these videos is just like I want to also gain awareness for sickle cell, because there's still people that don't know what sickle cell is, and I really feel like teachers and coaches and everybody like needs to have some idea what sickle cell is, because like when you, especially people for people who are going through sickle cell, when we always try to plan for the best, like we never have a sickle cell attack out of like our homes or in the hospital. Like we always have people around us who know we have sickle cell, but honestly, like you never know when a sickle cell attack can happen. Like you never know, and the scary thing is people who know might not always be around you. And people who have sickle cell, I know for me, we don't go announcing it. Like we're not like, "Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Miriam, and I have sickle cell." That's amazing. No, we don't go doing that because it's not really your business. Like I know I don't tell people my business. I don't really tell them what I'm going through because it's not your business. But I'm realizing it's okay to a degree to allow people to know somewhat of what you're going through, or at least be open, because not everybody is just trying to figure out what you're going through so they can make it a conversation, to tell somebody else. Some people want to pray for you. Some people want to know how to help you. Some people care. So that's something too for sickle cell awareness. It's okay for people to know. I know it was definitely hard for me. I was like, bro, why do you need to know? Like, what are you gonna do now? But it's it is what it is, and it's okay, because it's not something we should be embarrassed about. Cause like, what did you do? Like, it's not embarrassing at all. It wouldn't make sense for you to be embarrassed about it at all. But so yeah, one of the reasons I decided to make this YouTube video is to raise awareness, because I know I wish I had something like out there for me, and I felt God called me to do it. So I was like, hey, God calls you to do something, you do it. Like no matter how uncomfortable it may be, no matter how out of your comfort zone. I always tell people at church, like, yes, step out of your comfort zone. And then, when you just actually do, it's easy to say, it's hard to do. But, when he calls you to do something, you do it. So that's why I'm doing it. So my goal is for this YouTube channel to guide y'all through the process of what I'm going through. I'm gonna be honest, my first like YouTube channel. So like creating everything, doing like all this editing and stuff, and having y'all follow me around and stuff. It's not gonna be like this amazing thing. I am no Mr. Beast, okay? Um, I'm just trying to help where I can and do what I felt called to do by God, and just follow his lead. So I will be following you around. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Everything I might not like video the whole thing. I'm gonna be as much as I feel comfortable videoing. There's some moment I feel called to video, I'll video then. But also remember, this process is gonna be like really personal also too. So you're gonna see some hard times. Okay, this is not no easy run the maze thing. It's gonna take time. It's gonna be difficult. It's not gonna be easy. It's definitely gonna be hard, something to go through, or it's already affecting me like mentally, physically. Like, and the process hasn't even really started for real. Like, and I'm gonna get out into that later. But yeah, the process hasn't even started for real, and it's already hitting me. Like, Lord help me. I'm just trying to get through it as fast as I can. But you know, if you're going through this, you will get through it. It's okay. One of the other reasons I'm creating this YouTube channel is for people who have friends, family members, or especially the people going through this. So if you know me and you're watching this, bro, stop. I'm not even joking. Please stop watching this. Because no. But like, I'm making this for people who really need it. Like, you really feel like they need that help to see what's going on. Like I felt like I needed, for people who have friends, family going through it. And kind of want to know, like, how will it be? How will they react? How will it go? So that's why I'm making this, and hopefully it helps. I pray it helps, because that's the only reason I'm doing this. So like it can help you. So here's my bone marrow transplant process so far. So I start chemo on Monday, my first round of chemo on Monday, this upcoming Monday, and I don't know when I'm gonna post this, so I'm gonna just say the actual date, July. Actually, not to go to my calendar. Give me a second. Okay. I start chemo now on the 22nd. Okay. I get admitted on the 14th. And, the process goes on from there. You never really have a checkout date because there's the span of time. They say 4 to 8 weeks is really what they say is really going to be around 6 to 8 weeks. So I'll be in the hospital. So honestly, I was supposed to start like a while ago. Like I've been ready to get this running because um I have had to stop so many things in my life just to like get this process going. So I'm like I said before, like I am a planner, so I'm like I need to have this all out. Like let me show y'all. Here's my color coded schedule because of course it's color coded because it's cute and I like it like that. But like you know, here's that's my whole like chemo, everything, bone marrow transplant, like everything on my life schedule, like church stuff, all that stuff in there schedule. But I had to stop so many things. Sorry, something fell. I have to stop so many things for this process. Like I was originally, this is July, right? I was supposed to start this in May, so like that was when school was still kind of going and everything like that. So I prepared everything. I prepared, Lord help me, I prepared schooling, I prepared everything like that. For everything to get pushed back because if you have sickle cell disease, you know how it affects your organs and everything like that. And if you want to have kids, you want to go through IVF before you start the process. And so I was like, okay, I decided to do that. Well, there was barely any awareness for sickle cell disease and IVF in the place I went to. I know I live in Arkansas, so there's like they dealt with cancer patients having to quickly do IVF before they start chemo, so they thought they were gonna be able to do the same with me, but like my organs were already just like my levels. Even if I like waited and chose not to do IVF, I probably wouldn't have been able to have like kids at all. And be honest, but even saying all that, like if God's will, if it's God's will, then it will be done. Like so, if God's will was for me to have kids, even without going IVF, without doing like this whole process, then I would have had kids. But so that was kind of a good thing for me too, because I was like, okay, because I know I do want kids, so I was just like, okay, so this is a good thing, because even if I chose like to all out of a sudden blue stop the bone marrow transplant, going through IVF is a good thing because at least I'll be able to have some eggs, because at that point it would be way, way, way harder to get any, and we did. So the first process, like I said, in Arkansas, they had no like awareness for like sickle cell disease, so they didn't really know how to handle it. So like that process like stopped in the middle. We didn't even get to the surgery date, so that was fun. And then a month later, we had to wait a month. Like I'm telling y'all, oh, if you are a planner, my warning now. If you like want to organize everything, that here's my warning. This process is not gonna go. I'm telling you, literally like 3 minutes ago. Oh, I walked in here. I was supposed to start chemo on the 20. I just told y'all the date. I was supposed to start chemo on the 22nd. Now I'm starting chemo on the 22nd. Originally, I was supposed to start on the 23rd. They moved it a day forward because my brother, who is donating me, yay, he's donating for me, would help me. I told y'all this is our first. Who is donating for me for my bone marrow transplant is surgery is gonna be on the 19th of August. So because of that, they had to move everything up a day. The admission day that I'll be going is still the same, but I just start chemo earlier, and that means the same day I'm admitted, I had to start chemo. Bro, y'all, I'll be honest. Like, everybody keeps asking me, like, "Are you scared?" Like, um, yes. Am I supposed to be a warrior and say no? Yes, of course, but not shivering. I know God's got me. I know I'll be okay, but I do know it's gonna be hard. So, Lord, help me. Um, God has placed 2024 as a year of healing for me. I know that this is a year of healing for me, and that's me waking up all of a sudden, like out of my sleep with not having sickle cell at all. Well, congratulations. If that's somebody praying for me and all of a sudden I don't have sickle cell at all, congratulations. If that's God using doctors and nurses and different people in my life to help get rid of the sickle cell, Congratulations. I know he's called this year to be of healing for me. So whether it's the easy way or the harder way, I know what this year means to me and how he's going to use it. And no matter which path he may lead me, I'm going to follow because he's the Alpha, the Omega, beginning and the end. And I'm not going to distrust him. You know, I'm going to put my faith in him and just see where it takes me. And I've already seen, honestly, like what what he's doing and how he's moving. Because I know, like, going this process, like, I was like, okay, I put it out, Lord. Like I told you when I was planning, I planned it. I put it all out. I put out my emotion. I planned leaving. I planned everything out. Like I planned how I was gonna go. I planned how I was gonna read. I was planning like because you're gonna be in isolation for like a while, so you're not gonna be able to like just go hang out with your friends, go see people, go to church, go do the norm. Like that's not going to happen. So I literally planned my exit and everything and everywhere. But that all got switched, and I'm not happy. And I really felt like in the beginning, like I have to do this all by myself, to go through this all by myself. And I realized that, I was okay with it too, but it's hard to bear. Um, so I was just like, I'm just gonna give it to God, and that's what I did because you can't carry anything on yourself. You can't do it on your own. He's the only one who can get you through it. He's the only one who can help you. So I gave it all to God, knowing I can't do it on myself. Me and my mom can't carry the weight by ourselves, do it. I know for people who go through sickle cell, like I said in the beginning, barely anybody knows what you go through, what you go. So just know, like, no matter what you choose to do, if you choose to go through the bone marrow transplant, if you continue to choose to continue living life, I will be praying for you, praying that life will get easier, that God will be with you, that his strength will protect you. And just know that you're stronger than most people know. And what you go through, I'm sorry you have to go through it. And that God loves you, and this pain and everything that you go through is for a purpose. Know that it is part of a plan that he has, and follow it through, before you decide you want to do the bone marrow transplant stuff, I encourage you to pray, just ask him what he thinks. And he may say, I'm gonna I'm gonna heal you now. He may say, go ahead and do the bone marrow transplant. That's what he said for me. But you never know. And just I pray you give it to him and put it in his hands.